Go round the rise, say, Amama Seta, Ashidu Ashite Shalom vibrations, Rebecca. May your mind, buckets, and souls be old. May your armors be sound. May your buckets be living off ground. When we keep the breath, the earth, the mouth, or the seon, the soul of Ra guides and keeps you whole. I Anma, I say Ra, Ela say El say I. Christ story chaplain, Tata Amen Ra, the sound Messiah. I'm a truth awareness. True talk can be a part of the greatest transfer of Ma'el, that's intelligence, Samanology, Ta'angodu. This is sound logic. And with all that being offered to you, being a fool is absolutely your choice. Today is Ray 1884. This is the Crypto Shit Shower Update Report where we remind you that the blockchain is not a financial umbrella that you can hold and prevent shit from hit. All right, so we are on the daily, reminding you that Bitcoin still has to, well, it doesn't have to, but it's most probably going to make a really good move down to $80,000, and it's not going to be a wick. Okay, it's not going to be a wick. Okay, it's going to be a big solid red line on the other side right here. Okay, we have to see this for what it is. Okay, I called coming back down to this 86,000 level. Okay, it breached below it when it first reached it because everybody was buying at this level. Okay, thinking that it was going to be the bottom for now. Okay, so people took the bait, took the cheese, go watch the videos. It fell down. Okay, so today, let's go to the minute. We saw that we had a little bit of inspiration. It shot up to 90,000. It breached back into the gray area above 88,000, below 91,000. Most people got excited, probably bought back in, or if they were holding, they were saying, "Okay, great. You know, I can, make some value back." But of course, with even more strength, it reversed itself and came back down. So, let me see if I can get a bigger graph here. Here we go. Oh, that's okay. Hold on. Reload this page. We're going to go to the Mathurian Kagadora for a moment. So you can see here is 1884. Okay, so that's 93. So my expectations were not met because Bitcoin, according to the Mathurian Kagadora, in order for it to reach par to it, it had to have opened up above $93,000. Okay, by closing, the Kagadora is going to turn into 1885. Okay, and it would have had to close above, it'd have to open up above $94,000. Okay, this morning with the move that we had, we could have gotten inspired, right? I don't know why it's not able to show me on the minute. Oh, no, I don't know why it's doing this. Let's go back to, yeah, I don't know. Okay, but anyways, let's see if the hour can give us some. Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, so you can see on the hour, okay, we had the big move going up, and then all the way up to, spiked all the way up to 94 this hour, 3 hours ago, and came all the way back down. Okay, came all the way back down here. Okay, so for everybody that got trapped here, right, held, right? Didn't get out of their bets, right? Even the people that bought in here at 86, or sorry, yeah, 86. Okay, they bought in here and it fell down. Okay, you didn't use this as an opportunity to get out because you thought, okay, maybe it's going up now. Right? What's today? Wednesday? Midweek reversal, right? So since it was going down, right, or considered a kind of going down, we'd expect it to reverse back up today, right? This is what they sold. Okay, but then, of course, it's about trickeroony, right? So I told you, I tried to explain yesterday that it already gutted us coming into the 1800s. Okay, the 88s. I said there's not really much more they could do. Even if they go down, okay, your mind, your mentality, everything's already kind of used to it. It's not going to have the ability to convert all the energy into loosh. Okay, I already explained that they already have you converting your energy into coping. So all the ether that you're getting from the solar activity and everything that's happening, okay, that instead of elevating yourself, evolving yourself, you're now forced to use that to mend your harm, okay, to cope, to get through. Okay, this is what they want. Okay, they put an obstacle in front of you so you can use your ether, and when you're using your ether, that is when they can use you. Okay? And so the only way that they can be doing this is was exactly what they do with these little spikes. Okay, because they're not going to go too much above 88,000 because now they're starting to be with par. Okay, and you got to remember that we're coming from $80,000. Okay, we're coming from $80,000. Okay, we had that 1867 Ray 1867 dump. Okay, it took a lot of people out. Okay, and so anything above where we are now is even profit. This is why the alts are taking a beating. And remind you, today we've seen an opportunity where Bitcoin shot up, but your altcoin didn't. Okay, so whenever you see that, you know it's a trap and you need to get out, especially if you've recently taken a loss in value. So if your coin has gone down and Bitcoin is bouncing, but your alt isn't bouncing, okay, that's a sign that number one, your alt has given its energy to Bitcoin. So all the money that you put into these alts, you know, they're on a tree. Okay, Bitcoin is the stock. Okay, and all these other alts are leaves and branches of that stock. Okay, and so when that money comes in, it goes to feed the stock. Okay, so that's two reasons why that you got to watch out for. Okay, and so you got to utilize these opportunities at least to learn, okay, behaviors. But the most important thing is to have expectations. Utilizing the Mithorian Kagedora gives you those expectations. Okay? And so while we are in this, you know, extended etheric market, you know, all I can basically say is anything below par, which is 91,000 to 99, is a buying opportunity. Okay? The gray area is between $88,000 and $91,000. Okay, so 86,000 is in the middle of, you know, or the higher end of, you know, the 8,000 range. Okay, but if you make that range from $80,000 to $91,000, Okay, $86,000 becomes the middle. Okay, you never, ever, ever buy anything in the middle. Okay, because in the middle creates sideways movement. Okay, because it's a trap. It doesn't have to go up and it doesn't have to go down. Okay, you always buy either at the top, resistance, okay, in anticipation to it breaking resistance, or you're buying at the bottom and anticipating that it is going up. Okay, so know that the bottom is also a resistance. Okay, and know that the top is also a support. Okay, so you number one, when you're connected with the Mathurian Kagadora, you have expectations. Okay, so you're in a position where Bitcoin has to dance for you. You don't have to dance for Bitcoin now. Okay, Bitcoin has to dance for you. And if it's not dancing, you're not paying it. Okay, you're not paying it. All right. And so, once again, I'm going to remind you, okay, if Bitcoin breaks above $88,000, okay, and you are not in possession of Bitcoin or like any crypto, if you're out, okay, and we are up until number 6 is buying. This whole entire series right now is a buying opportunity if you believe Bitcoin is going to break into the par zone, which is 91,000 to 99. Okay? That's how you should be seeing it. Okay, this is not a hold zone. This is a buy zone. Okay, you're not buying, you're buying it to sell at a higher price. That's why you're buying it. You're buying it here at these prices because once it gets into the par, okay, that's when you're selling it. Okay, so I set the trap for you. Okay, Bitcoin is fully aware. Okay, it has a choice. It either starts performing as it was sold to us, or it goes away, it disappears. It says bye-bye, packs up and goes. Okay, and I told you what excuses it's going to give you. Number one, some of you, it will be religious war. Okay, their God doesn't allow for these types of things. Boom. Okay, and another way, through this technology, they're already showing you a lot of the people don't have access. They can't get on board. They can't get out. Okay, you can't get your money in and you can't get your money out of the crypto. So that's when the markets are going to, to be more successful, when you 100% can't benefit from it. Okay, so that means it would be bye-bye, gone, disappeared to you. Okay, you might look at it at your phone, but you ain't having no access to that shit. Okay, matter of fact, they might even criminalize that. Okay, so the only opportunity we have is Sound Logic. Come to Jesus.com, sign up, get the iBucket to Omen, get the solarization courses happening, the one-on-one coaching support. You get access to Mathurian Kagadora print file, display file, and of course, we're working on the print wall Kagadora to replace the wall calendar. Look out for that. That's coming real soon. Hope to be finishing it today. And of course, I don't consent to draconian state, nor should you hashtag that in your post. Thought is support that spawns intelligence, then fungi.org. Your mental health is definitely tied to your etheric compass, so you need to be tethered to sound. When you get a member at Jesus.com, you get access to the erectionary.com. That's Ta'ango to Sound Logic decoding search engine, where we are the counter to the words in the dictionary that die your erection. Okay, and we do that by teaching you Ta'ango. Do this language, we speak motion. All right, so that's the crypto shit shower update report. Like I said, we could only hope that Bitcoin makes it towards par, breaks above the 88,000 level, but it's that would be too much to expect. Okay, but right now is a buy zone. Okay, I wouldn't be dumping all of your capital into it right now, just in case it goes lower. But definitely right now, is if you believe it's going to go up from here, it is a buy zone. Okay? That's just, it is what it is. Okay? Because if it gets into par, which is 91 to 99, then you're going to be in profit, and that's when you start selling. Okay? Because that's the trap that we set for Bitcoin. Okay? So Bitcoin's having a hard time going because it knows. Okay? It knows. All right? Because it's set the same exact way. I'm not saying anything that it's not going to, do. Okay? This is what it plans to do. It plans also to sell. That's why it marks things up to sell it. Okay? To get you to buy it at those prices. All right? So when they are selling it, when it's going up, that's when we are selling. Okay? And when it's going down, that's when we are buying. Okay, and so number one, this is called emotional security. Okay, you're not going to be crying when the market's falling because that's what it wants you to do. Okay, you're going to be jumping for fucking joy. Okay, and when it's going up, you're just going to be looking for the best price to start selling your shit. Okay, and if you sell it all, well, then you sit back and you wait for it to drop because it will. And you just pick some more up. Okay, it's just that simple. Okay, you got that? So this Crypto Shit Shower update report reminding you that the blockchain is not a financial umbrella that you can hold and prevent shit from head. All right.